It's midweek. Welcome to the AM News here on the AM Show. My name is Kwesi Schandorf. It's a very fair story, but a research by civil society organization Pen Plus Byte has shown that social protection programs receive little funding. The findings also reveal that payment and disbursement are often delayed. The group is therefore asking government to bridge the gaps as the programs are failing to realize their intended goals. There's more in the following report.
Speaking on the sidelines of an event dubbed Social Accountability Forum, the group advocated for the passage of the Social Protection Bill to ensure the sustainability of social intervention programs. The organization asserts that these programs are not having the desired effect. Felix Amache is the research team lead.
We're surprised that LEAP has been there since 2008. So by now, we should be able to have majority of people are benefited or people around seeing the benefits way above maybe 80%. But you could still realize that, there are others who think that it is not really meeting their desired. When you look at the free senior high school, there are shortages in areas in terms of infrastructure. Some also complain that they are not getting their food supply good enough, early enough.
The organization believes that passing the Social Protection Bill will secure finances for the sector and promote coordination and integration of programs.
We want to encourage government to do more and also try as much as possible for us that all these social protection interventions can be pulled together, and then we can have our social protection bill to push effective implementation and also elements of accountability. We believe that when there is that law, it can reduce waste, it can reduce corruption, it can also reduce the element of delays.
Programs Officer of St. Ghana, Dr. Isaac Nyako Kwache, supports the call by Pen Plus Bytes.
And this is a special policy that is targeting the poor and the very poor, the vulnerable people within the Ghanaian context. So if we don't have the legal backings and we are trying to advocate, then what is the essence of our advocacy? The government will one day tell you that there is no law trying to commit them to commit a lot of funds and resources into that area. So we think that it is important when we have the legal instrument so that we can always refer to that.
The organization also launched the Shortchanged app, which is to track government social protection policies. Efua Aprikwa Boafo's report read to you.
Now, let's return to our earlier story where residents in the whole municipality of the Volta region are worried about the early defects in the 10.5 kilometers Sugoke-Bogame whole dual carriage road. A report by Fred Kwame Asare.
The Soko-de-Bogame whole dual carriage road project was awarded to China Railway No. 5 Engineering Group Corporation Limited in 2016 under the John Mahama administration. The 99.1 million Ghana cedis project would see the upgrading of the 10 kilometers road from 2-lane road to a 2-way, 4-lane road with a drain and walkway. Construction works on the stretch had progressed at a snail's pace. The Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, explained what had caused the delay in the project.
No, it was a good initiative to have a dual carriage road linking the regional capital to the national capital. It was a brilliant idea. The only challenge I inherited was that the contractors started the job, and as soon as I took over as minister, they came to me that they've not been paid mobilization, and the work stalled. So we had to arrange through the Ministry of Roads and Highways and the Department of Urban Roads to get them paid some money, and then the work resumed. But I must admit that it's been on and off. It's on and off, and as a result of financial constraints on the part of the contractor.
The project also entails some traffic management works, where runabouts are being constructed at 3 major intersections. Traffic lights would be erected at Ring Road Y Junction in Lokwe and PWD Junction. The 3rd Avenue Road would be converted to a 1-way lane through the Residency Road to join the Civic Center KK at Toviaji. About 75% of work has been done on the project in the last 6 years. Binder cost has been laid on 7.2 kilometers of the stretch, while U-drains and walkways have been constructed. A retaining wall is being constructed at kilometers 2 to protect the road and prevent flooding in the residential area.
That is why you see that huge retaining wall construction there. It's to protect our road and also to help save the properties around there from flooding and the rest. Because if you observe carefully, you see that we've constructed a drain, or a drain is abutting the retaining wall, so that the volume of water from the hillside or can be collected and channeled properly to its logical course.
However, some residents have expressed concerns about the asphalted stretch developing defects. The right lane, which had developed cracks and potholes, also floods during downpours. Construction works which started on the project in 2016 have met our expectations. When it rains, the road gets flooded, so we want the authorities to rectify it. The road has several defects. It floods so heavily that your vehicle engine can go off when you enter the flood. Provisions have not been made for the running water to slope into the drains. The contractor is working at a speedy pace as compared to the previous years. However, we have realized that we have not constructed pedestrian crossings. We have schools and pupils use the road. A youth recently lost his life in an accident, so we want the contractor to consider pedestrian crossings.
Now, away from that, Education Minister Dr. Yause Educhum is pledging government support for mission schools across the country, drawing on his personal experience with the Church of Pentecost helping him to establish schools across America. The sector minister said that measures will be taken to support more mission schools across the country. Dr. Educhum also indicated that there are 32 STEM senior high schools yet to be completed and 7 technical institutions now being established that will transform the educational system in Ghana.
Today I come, and this is home, I come first of all to thank them for the support that they provided me as an immigrant in America, making it possible for me to build schools in America. And beyond that, supporting me in my adventure in politics in Ghana. I count them as my backbone. And every support I need, I get it physically and spiritually. So I'm grateful to the church. But I also believe that I need to hear the perspectives of churches in Ghana. A number of times, some of them will pay courtesy call on me, but I believe I need to go to them. So this begins my adventure of what I call a listening tour, where I'm going to go to church leaders in their own premises and headquarters and ask them what they think about the job I'm doing and how I can do a better job, and also see how I can support them so their mission schools can succeed and provide the support even in a better way to serve this nation called Ghana. Many things are happening in the education space, and I have the wonderful opportunity of briefing them. The STEM high schools built across the country, the fact that we have 7 colleges or technical colleges under construction, almost 7 polytechnics under construction throughout Ghana as I speak with you. We have 32 STEM high schools about to be built. 10 of them will be started this year. We have STEM high school that we are operationalizing. There's a major transformation in education, so I spend my time looking at challenges that we face, how we solve them, but that is just 20% of my time. The other 80% is how we can truly change the education system to make it fit for purpose so that we can truly use education to transform the fortunes of this country. So today is a beginning of my dialogue with churches and with Muslim community and other religious persuasions as to how they can support me to deliver on the mandate of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the man who wants education to be transformed so badly, and has given me the space and the opportunity and the resources to champion his agenda of education transformation for socio-economic transformation. So, church leadership, I'm grateful for the warm, very, very warm welcome, and I'm grateful that you gave me some pieces of advice, which I'm going to champion to make sure that the Ghanaian education space will be better than what I came to find.
Meanwhile, public universities across the country are preparing for the admission of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics students as government STEM programs takes shape. Provost of the College of Engineering at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Professor Mark Adomasamwa, says that whilst laboratories are being equipped, space is being created to admit the first batch of STEM students. Ohimiteya has details in the following report.
The Drilling, Fluid and Cementing Laboratory is one of several STEM labs at KNUST. Here, a group of 7 petroleum engineering students who benefited from STEM education are busily researching into a greener approach to the manufacturing of cement.
We are actually working on a project about geopolymer. Geopolymer is a greener approach to making cement.
The students, all former students of Prempeh and Adisade colleges, Yasantua Girls, KNUST, St. Peter's and Wesley Girls Senior High Schools, have one motive: how to produce environmentally friendly cement that has less or no carbon dioxide emissions. Christy Elsel, a former student of the Wesley Girls Senior High School in Cape Coast, is leader of the group.
We are trying to reach the global goal of reducing the production of CO2. So we are coming up with a new kind of cement called geopolymer. It's made with an aluminosilicate material with an alkaline activator. So we already have our aluminosilicate material ready. We are working on our alkaline activator, but we need to make a prototype of the cement and test if it's actually commercially viable or is feasible to work with. So right now, these are molds that were fabricated from the mechanical engineering lab, and we are preparing for cement, concrete making.
These are beneficiaries of STEM program introduced at the senior high schools by the Education Ministry. The ministry, under the watch of Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, has extended the program to the basic school level. Professor Adom Asamwa, Provost of the College of Engineering at KNUST, commended the Minister of Education for the introduction of the STEM education at the basic level.
A lot of these developing countries have gone through the development of STEM, which has been introduced right from the primary school to secondary school to the universities. I believe that the current Minister of Education has done very well and is doing very well, especially with the introduction of the special STEM schools.
According to Professor Adom Asamwa, universities will be at hand to immerse students in both theory and practicals to prepare them for industry.
At the College of Engineering, we run 18 undergraduate programs, and I believe that we have enough space to accommodate all the STEM graduates. We are eagerly waiting for the first batch of the STEM graduates to come to the university to undertake engineering and science and mathematics and the rest. It is important that we immerse these students in terms of our teaching and the practical hands-on, so that they will come back to feed into industry with special industrial skills.
President of the Petroleum Engineering Students at KNUST, Adele Joel, also appreciated Dr. Yao Educhum for leading the charge to make STEM a sought-after course in Ghana. This, he says, will bring national development with the introduction of more science and technology graduates.
This is a very good initiative by Dr. Osei Educhum for the very good initiative that he's bringing on board, and it's going to help and go along with national development, because we have many graduates in there who are very vested in science and tech. And we all know that in this day and age, it's science and tech that moves the world.
From Kumasi, for JoyNews, Ohimiteya reporting.
Now, in 2017, Ghana lost $177 million to the invasion of fall armyworm. While some level of control has been achieved using synthetic insecticides, these chemicals are associated with human and animal poisoning. Well, scientists at the Crops Research Institute have been exploring other management tactics. There's more in the following report.
The project, dubbed Management of Fall Armyworm for Sustainable Food Security in Africa, was started in January 2020. It is funded by the Korea Africa Food and Agriculture Cooperation Initiative, KAFASI. The project is aimed at searching for biological control agents that could be bred in the lab for field release control of fall armyworm. The project therefore found a natural enemy known as Telenomus remus.
Life cycle of the fall army. The adults will lay eggs, the eggs will hatch into the larva, various larva stages, it pupates, then the cycle continues. And this Telenomus will act on the first stage, first stage of the larvae, adults laying eggs. And this Telenomus will feed on the eggs. And they will do everything that's within. Then with time, instead of it hatching into the small larvae, it will emerge as a Telenomus. Then the cycle continues. But because they are short-lived, keeping it in the lab is a bit some way. But when they get to the field, one Telenomus can parasitize the whole egg mass. The eggs are laid in layers. As maybe this is a single layer. There are some double and triple layer under the microscope. So you can see this view well under the microscope. There's much assurance that 90% efficacy that this, if multiplied, will be able to curb the devastating effect this fall army has caused farmers.
These insects, which have about 90% efficacy, have been mass reared in the lab and are ready to be released in maize farms to control fall armyworm.
As we start releasing today, it means we are going to continue. We are going to develop a strategy and maybe a calendar to know where we will be going. So right from the minor maize growing season, which starts in September, we will be going to the farmers' field at hotspots, fall armyworm hotspot areas. Okay, so once the farmer gives us permission, we will do the release in the farmers' field.
Reporting for JoyNews, Deborah.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has rounded his 3-day tour of the Upper West region, assuring the chiefs and people of the region that he would redeem all pledges made during the tour. Correspondent Rafik Salam reports from Wa.
Apart from the commissioning of the Keleo solar power plant in the Nadolo-Keleo district, other key programs which were in the itinerary of the president was the inspection of ongoing works on the construction of Agenda 111 hospitals in the 5 districts in the Upper West region are benefiting from the hospital project. One of them is the Dafema Bure Isa district, which until recently could only boast of the Isa Health Center, last referral health facility. Patients who wish to seek high medical health care at a hospital has to travel over 56 kilometers to either Wa or Nadoli. Paramount Chief of Isa, Najil Ambawele, speaking through Nabisak, saw the construction of the district hospital as a good omen following a request to the president during his last visit to the district. President Akufo-Addo stated that despite the goodwill shown to the district by the new Patriotic Party NPP over the years, it has always been rejected at the polls by people. That notwithstanding, they are of the firm belief that the country's resources should be shared equally, irrespective of which party one belongs.
Time and time again, the people of Dafiama Isabusa voted NDC. Without one single kilometer of tar roads, 7 times they voted NDC. But since 2016, which is the first time since I came into office, we are beginning to see tar roads in Dafiama Isabusa constituency. Even though still you don't vote for me. The last time the vote was small, the difference between us. We are continuing the road development in Dafiama, Isa, Busa.
Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi spoke of government plans of fixing Fian Isakajiperi Wolembele Road.
So if you take the stretch from Fian with all the intervening town to Warembele, 54 kilometers. PW Ganem is on it and is working assiduously with portions, tags, others being worked on with all the seriousness it requires.
President Akufo-Addo rounded the 3-day tour of the region at Wuchao, where he met with the chiefs and people of the area. He called on the people of the area to reject the NDC and vote for the MPP, which has been delivering projects to them, of which they have continuously been rejected. Turning to the Member of Parliament for Wa West, Superintendent retired Lanjere Tubu, who was present at the gathering, he mocked at him while assuring him that he won't be out of job should the NDC loses the next election.
I know you're here. We have to look at who is responsible for the state of affairs in Wa West. You can be sure that it is not the New Patriotic Party. Now we are here and we have started dealing with some of the problems that you have had all these years. And I want to reassure you that whether it's roads or electricity, education or security, we do our best to improve the conditions here because of our belief that every part of Ghana must have its fair share of the national cake. That is what we're doing here. I would hesitate in saying that it would be great if, having seen the positive things that we're doing in Chao and in Wa West, the Wa West will take the lead in 2024 in breaking the 8 in the Upper West region. I know my friend the MP will be out of a job, but he doesn't have to be worried. The next MPP government will take care of it.
He also inspected ongoing works at the Wa West District Agenda 111 project.
The Ghana Police Service, in collaboration with the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, has launched a flyer containing do's and don'ts to guide long cargo drivers on the road. Director of Operations at MTTD, Chief Superintendent Dr. Samuel Sasumensan, says this would ensure timely transportation of perishable goods and discipline on the road. Samuel Mbura now reports.
There have been reports of delays in the carting of perishable goods like tomatoes, vegetables from the rural areas to the cities like Accra due to misunderstandings between drivers of long cargo vehicles and the Ghana Police Service. In an attempt to reduce some of these challenges on the road to save the farmers and the traders, the Peasant Farmers Association has collaborated with the Ghana Police Service to come out with flyers that contain the do's and don'ts to ensure safety on the road. The director in charge of operations at the Motor Traffic and Transport Department of the Ghana Police Service, Chief Superintendent Dr. Samuel Sasumensa, explains what is contained in the flyers.
Basically, it is meant to sensitize drivers, sensitize road users on the rules and regulations, what they are supposed to do, what they are supposed not to do, so that the education will go back to all drivers, both truck drivers who are using the road, so that the disagreements with the police who are manning our roads will stop. The crux of the issue is that drivers and policemen are not enemies, but we are there for our simple good. So it is the task for drivers to abide by the content of the traffic rules and regulations, so that at the end of the day, they don't see the police as enemies. Police, we also don't see them as enemies. But
on his part, the executive director of the Peasant Farmers Association, Charles Nyaba, is happy about this collaboration, hoping it will improve food security in the country.
Most of these drivers don't really know the kind of the road regulations that they're supposed to take when they are bringing goods. So this flyer contains all those guidelines. So it will help them when before they even travel, how to prepare themselves, things they need to carry, the checkups that they need to make, and when they are approaching the police barrier, things that they need to do. So we think that it will go a long way to actually provide some safety measures for they themselves and the goods that they are carrying.
Meanwhile, the Cargo Drivers Association says this will also deepen and ensure discipline on the part of their members towards ensuring that the road is safe.
There are so many issues that normally comes in between the drivers and the policemen, and because we normally have less experiences over certain things, we tend to be acting in discipline. You understand? So this one will bring much discipline in between. So anytime you have a case with a policeman, you will know how to approach him or her, so that discipline will be there.
The collaboration between the Ghana Police Service, Peasant Farmers Association and the cargo drivers and other relevant stakeholders is to ensure discipline on the road in order to beat down the number of road crashes as witnessed in the past years. For Joy News, Samuel Mbura, Accra.
All right, that's all for the news. Up next is the newspaper review with Benjamin Akapo.